This is you. Your net worth is practically non-existent, and you dream of hitting that magical number, maybe $1 million or more. You scroll online and see others with vastly different financial realities. Vacations, first-class flights, designer bags. It seems like everyone else has figured it out except you. Every day you wonder, how do they do it? Why can't I get my share of this? And then you hear the same advice. You need multiple streams of income: real estate, dividend stocks, side hustles. But let's be real. How can you have multiple streams of income when you're just starting out? You barely have one. This kind of recycled advice has failed you year after year. That's why this guide is different. We're cutting through the noise to give you a strategy that actually works. One that's fast, realistic, and proven. Let me be upfront. The fastest, most reliable way to build wealth is to own an asset. Not just any asset, but one that can either generate cash flow on its own or be sold for a significant return later. This isn't speculation, it's a proven strategy. Look at the world's wealthiest people. None of them got there from 9-to-5 jobs or perpetual side hustles like ride sharing or delivering groceries. They built or owned high-value assets. Jeff Bezos had Amazon, Bill Gates built Microsoft, Warren Buffett leveraged his investment partnerships. Elon Musk started with Zip2. These aren't outliers, they're examples of a universal truth. Real wealth is tied to assets. But what if you're not sitting on a pile of cash to start with? That's where the concept of low-risk, high-uncertainty opportunities comes in. Let me explain. Risk in this context doesn't mean recklessness. It's simply the probability of losing your capital. A low-risk venture minimizes what you can lose. Sometimes it's just your time or effort, but the potential upside can be enormous. Monish Pabrai, one of the most celebrated investors, captures this very well using the concept of asymmetric bets. Situations where the downside is limited, but the upside is life-changing. Bezos raised funds to launch Amazon, meaning he wasn't risking his own financial stability. Gates, too, relied on sweat equity. His main investment was the time and skill he poured into coding. If Microsoft had failed, he wouldn't have lost significant money. But because it succeeded, his rewards were astronomical. Even Warren Buffett's journey illustrates this. He started his partnership with just $5,000 of his own money, raising the rest from investors. He took calculated, low-risk positions and grew that capital through compounding and fees. The pattern is clear. Minimize your downside, focus on the upside, and build a high-value asset that scales. Now, you might be thinking, but I have bills to pay. I can't afford to take risks. That's understandable. Life isn't a one-size-fits-all situation. But here's the reality. Whether you're young with few obligations or older with responsibilities, there's a path forward. If you're young and without significant bills, this is your golden opportunity. Focus on sweat equity. Start a business venture, join a startup, or work on something that has high market value with huge potential to scale. Worst case, you invest time and gain invaluable lessons. Best case, you secure your financial future in just a few years. If you're older or have a family to support, the principles remain the same, though the execution might look different. You'll need to balance your current responsibilities while carving out time to build or invest in something with huge upside potential in terms of market value. The key is to avoid the slow, traditional route society has conditioned us to follow. Penny pinching, sticking to a job you don't enjoy, and chasing the corporate ladder might seem safe, but it's not efficient. You spend decades grinding, only to hope your retirement accounts compound enough for you to enjoy life later, when your best years are behind you. Contrast that with building an asset. With the right focus, you can see traction within 3 years. That's far shorter than waiting decades for your savings to grow. And once your asset generates enough capital, you're no longer trading time for money. You can work on what you love, when you want, and with whomever you choose. Here's the point. Owning an asset isn't just about money. It's about freedom. Freedom to live on your terms. Freedom to spend without worrying about running out. Freedom to enjoy life now while you still can. So whether you're just starting or have responsibilities, take the plunge. The worst case scenario? You lose a little bit of time and gain experience. The best case? You build something that changes your life forever. Either way, you're guaranteed to win the wealth game. This is the fastest, most effective way to wealth. It's how you escape the grind, take control of your future, and finally get your share of the life you've been dreaming about. And if you're wondering why I've gone against the traditional advice of indexing and growing your wealth slowly, click on this video that explains why you cannot invest like Warren Buffett. You're guaranteed to lose.